My Hero Academia. Okay, so I've had plenty of requests that people want to see our ugly ass faces because that's interesting. So here it is. We're ugly. We're ugly fat virgins. No surprise there. Oh, look at that. Look at that scruff. Oh God. So this is us. Tell us in the comments if you like this, okay? Either say, yes, this makes the channel better, because I'm getting plenty of comments like, you guys would blow up if you just fucking showed yourselves, yada, yada, yada. It's going to be interesting to get used. Good.
For the record, this is your fault. If you're upset, if you wanted us to show our faces because you thought we were handsome, buff, young men, this is your fault.
I'm not bad. Look at this.
You killed your expectations. I'm sorry.
There's a whole new level of visual comedy we can do now, Thurman. If you're saying some stupid shit, I could be like, I love it. Okay, so immediately controversial. Thurman, you told me that you weren't feeling the chapter and you were gonna piss some people off. Please stay, okay? Because I liked it. Okay. I'll be the side of reason here. Okay, go.
Fuck this chapter. I'm not saying it's a bad chapter, but the biggest thing is this chapter was way too fucking short. Fuck you.
Bro, they've all been short. That can't be your only complaint.
No. Fuck that. No, you've all been short. The last few chapters felt satisfyingly short. This one felt like I didn't get to come. Like, what the fuck? You stopped right when I was about to come. What the hell? Why? Literally, look, I read the chapter, I'm like, oh my god, Dobby's fighting this ice dude, fucking lit. Then I switch to the guy saying like, oh, we need to regroup. All right, cool. What happens next? Oh, sorry. Wait till next chapter.
That can't be your only fucking complaint.
Fuck you, Hirokoshi. Fuck you. Also, another issue I have is it's not the same as last arc, but I'm seeing it. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm seeing a bit of a dragging a bit. Like, because to me, these short chapters feel like he's trying to. It's going to.
Do you think this has anything to do? Because I know a little bit ago there was an author comment about him moving, and that was kind of like putting him behind on his schedule. Do you think it's still because he's been doing this short chapter thing for a while? It doesn't really bother me because to me. Unless you're buying the volume, I mean, I buy the volumes, but to me, it's still it's free content. You're reading a chapter. It seems a little douchey to be like, chapter's short. You can critique the content of the chapter, but if it's short, honestly, I look at every series as if I'm going to be binging it later, right? So a series is not right. We're in the middle. We're like crossing a bridge right now, and it's still under construction. That'd be like reviewing a restaurant when it was like half done. Like I walked into this restaurant and it wasn't fully built, 1 star. Like you got to understand that a series is we're in the thick of it. It's like one part of a whole. So like to me, it's not like I'm not gonna complain about the pacing until. I mean, I might say, right now it's feeling iffy, but I'm not going to, like, have any serious judgments until we see all of it. So, to me, complaining about the length of the chapter is a little, to me.
Nah, I'm being a douche. I'm being a fucking douche right now. But anyway.
Right, I'm going to drink from my gallon of water. Hold on.
Another issue I'm kind of having is that I'm seeing, I didn't start seeing it until this chapter, and it's something that me and you talked about last arc. Remember how last arc you kind of felt like he was kind of like dragging it for too long. I'm not gonna say he's doing that per se because I'm really liking what he's doing, giving every villain their time to shine. But for some reason, I kind of noticed that like it feels like he's kind of. He's getting to that point again, to where he's kind of dragging it a little bit too much. Because the best part of this chapter was Dobby fighting that dude. I wanted to see a Dobby fight. We wanted to see Dobby show his stuff.
I know where you're coming from here because I mean, yes, obviously the chapters are weirdly short, and I don't understand why. I really wish we'd have like a concrete. Because if it was just like if Horikoshi was like, yep, still moving. Life's being crazy, then I don't know what the business side of it is. Just take like a month off, bro. Like just seriously, like I'd rather you take a month off than give us like half-length chapters every week. But like, or even 2 months. I don't give a fuck. But like that might be Shonen cucking him on that one. But I don't even know. Can you use cucking in that way? I was just trying to be edgy and use a different word than fucking. But
Probably.
I feel you, because it does feel like, okay, we got like 3 pages of setting up a Dobby fight, and then blue balls over to this thing, and then they set up this thing, and now we're blue ballsing over to this thing. It almost feels like Ruby Volume 5, notoriously Ruby Volume 5, the entire season was setting up fights and then off-screening them.
Yeah, like, because, like...
And keep in mind, this is just about this chapter, because the Toga fight, godly. The stuff we saw with Shigaraki, godly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I didn't have an issue until this chapter. You know.
I'm all self-conscious about how I look now. It's weird.
Yeah. I don't care if you think I'm ugly. More power to you. That's all I understand. But it's like I've always had. You can kind of tell now. I feel like my manga and animation skills have kind of increased since we started this channel, because now I actually have to have have more
think
animation.
About it when you're reading.
Yeah, but I thought about it as I was reading this chapter, because part of the reason why it kind of pissed me off for being short was it felt the shortness and the dragging of it felt like it was going hand in hand. It felt like the chapter
right, like
was short,
if this entire chapter, even though it was short, was all focused on the Dobby fight, wouldn't have been as much an issue, right?
Yeah. It wouldn't have been, because it would be like a full 13-page short chapter about Dobby and this guy. I would love that. It doesn't feel like it's dragging. You're focusing on the thing, but it just feels like right now. And it's crazy to me that literally just now it feels getting to the point it feels like it's dragging on, because the first Toga fight didn't feel like it was dragging on at all. Going to Shigaraki didn't feel like it was dragging on. But for some reason, I don't know what it is. I could be stupid, but it just feels like as soon as he went to the Dobby fight, as soon as we saw that hype stuff, and as soon as he cut away from it, I felt a little bit kind of like, why would you do that type of thing? Like, I know you got to check on everyone. I know you have to check on everyone in the sea. I did like the part where he was like, okay, we have to regroup everyone. I find it funny how they were like, the dad was like, Dobby, why couldn't you fucking fire your flames, bro? I like that part. But then, I like the part where they had your gorillas guy to show what his quirk was.
Bro, they're all walking like the fucking monkeys from Clint Eastwood music video.
but it was just like, you had the majority of the chapter was the Dobby fight, and then they switched to the Deadpool level character. I'm like, that's fine.
And what happened there was interesting, just to get into plot stuff, because I'm assuming you remember his flashback was that he made a bunch of clones, and then he got like tied up by them, and then they all killed each other in front of him, and he's not even sure if there's still some out there, and he doesn't know if he's the real one. It's this big identity crisis. So when I first saw that, I thought that like some of the clones just went to work for the Liberation Army, like those were actually his clones. I was like, what? That's crazy. But no, this guy kid basically just has the It almost reminds me of one of the abilities from the Kurolo Hisoka fight. Remember how Kurolo stole an ability to control puppets?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not the same. It's not even close. But like basically he can just turn a human-sized object in and make it look like a human. And I like what he said. Sorry, I'm a little sick. He was basically like, with this power, it doesn't matter. Like, let's say the leader of our Liberation Army dies, right? Because the leader of an army is important. For example, if you have a political movement going on, like one led by this guy, if he were to just kind of be gone, it would be a lot harder to organize all the people, because like the leader of a movement is like a big deal. Like people follow that name. Or we could go back to Martin Luther King. Like he was the leader of that movement. If he's capped off, it's harder to like, who do we coalesce behind? It kind of like breaks apart the factions, right? So this guy is basically saying, like, even if our leader died, the one that's kind of like, all these people are gathering under this Destro, this leader, does he call himself Destro? I'm the main guy, the Joker-looking guy. Does he? I forgot what he calls himself.
I have to go back and look.
I just know that he's the son of Destro or some yada yada, right? But either way, like that guy, the way I got, or what I got from that line was, if he were to die, I could just make a human puppet that looked like him, and then we would have no problems continuing to rally troops. Even though it wouldn't be him, I could just make someone that looks like him. Again, calling back to Hunter x Hunter, they did a similar thing when they came in and they killed Diego, the leader of NGL, and then Neferupitu just used Hernan to puppet him to pretend to still be leading the country. You have to have that figurehead. So he's like, we're golden, because if anyone of importance dies in our group, I can just pretend they're still alive and make a copy of them.
Ha! That's such a fucking Hisoka thing to do.
Ha! Yeah, texture surprise up in there. Now another
So-
thing with this ice guy,
Oh.
I love how he uses his powers. I love it. Like,
No.
I like it because he basically just remember that teeth guy that would like suspend himself by growing his teeth,
Yeah.
and he would just like kind of creepily puppet himself around with his teeth. It's similar to that. He uses his ice where it's like he's just got ice on his arms, and then they go down to make giant arms. He's just like using them as arm stilts, which again, I love that. It's interesting, and he almost flies around with the ice. He's almost pulling an Iron Man. You know how Iron Man would like use his arm thrusters
Yeah.
like there's a scene where he's dodging his Dobby's melty fire, and he goes up, and it just I love it. And then of course it's revealed, no, it's not even that I just make ice. I control all ice, so I can just shoot the popsicles from the freezer section at you.
Cryokinesis. Now, there's something that he mentioned because I feel like Hirokoshi be watching those YouTube videos right now, seeing criticism on his things.
That's what he's doing with all the time left over from not making a full length chapter, bro.
Yeah, he keeps adding on in there about quartz, but he's like, unlike you heroes, I've trained my quartz since I was very young.
Oh yeah,
and
that
now
was
I'm
interesting.
able to
And I noticed too, like the way that I'm glad they put in that line because that guy was like doing some OD shit, like the shit he was doing. I was like, Jesus.
Me OP.
Isn't O? What did I say?
He said OD. I don't think
That's something King of Lightning says all the time. So I'm just trying to co-opt that Mongol language.
Where the fuck? Okay,
he does. I think
OD
it means. Okay, I gotta look it up. I got an Urban Dictionary OD right the fuck now. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure OD means overdose.
I swear to. Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. Why does he say it? Oh yeah, it's used to mean really or very cool, good, and it does derive from the acronym overdose.
I've never heard.
It means to overdose in something, take an excessive amount. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm a follower, hardcore. So like, if there's like a YouTuber I find funny, I'll be making that YouTuber's jokes for like the next month. Don't pretend like you're not. I am.
I'm a full on fucking Kirby mixed with what's his name? Monoma mixed with fucking Adam Blade from Needless, copycat character. I see your move.
I see. Yeah.
Oh, shotting
I was
gun.
very
Shotting
confused where
gun.
you're going with that.
I see your move. I see your move or phrase. Oh, it's mine now. Anyway.
Okay, well, thanks for calling me out, bro. You couldn't have just let it slide. Thank you. Also, by the way, this chair can suck my dick because I don't know if you noticed, it's so low you can't even see the back of it. That's why I have to sit here like a hunched over old man. That's how I always do it, and my back is gonna be fucked. But I need to get a better chair.
Technically, it's
especially
already
now if I
sucking
gotta
your
look
dick.
good.
Brad, it's already sucking your dick since you're sitting on it with your dick. Anyway, so Hirokoshi, man,
Okay.
This man is just fucking like he's trying to save face so hard for his like, oh, now they have evolution for quartz now. Like he's trying, like he let me technically speak. Do you think this confirmation kind of saves his previous stuff already with the whole like, oh, now they have more powerful.
Well, okay, so there was a lot of comments about how we're wrong on that, and like some of them made good points. Some of them, like, there is like, it was subtle. It was more subtle than like other manga would do. But like there definitely were hints about it. I'm trying to remember what some of the examples I saw were. Oh yeah, remember when it was okay. I think it was either All Might or Eraserhead was talking about someone who maybe thought that their power was to like shoot. It was All Might talking about how Deku could change his quirk registration from like nothing to something, well, this late in his life, and he was like, for example, there are people that like, oh, my quirk is to shoot water out of my hands, but then they realize, no, it's not. It's to condense water from the air, and you know what I mean. So like, it was kind of talked about how people can think their quirk is something and then realize it's something else.
I think.
Hold on. One more. So. It's so weird to see you now. So we got a badass over here is what you're doing. No, but you made me lose my fucking train of thought. Hold on. Oh yeah, so like with Shigaraki, for example, some people are saying like potentially, I thought this was a kind of interesting theory. When Shigaraki like murdered his family on accident, think about it. Like for his like whole family to just be disintegrated down to just their hands, it would have had to have that spread effect, just like we saw, right? So some people were like, okay, what if his quirk has always been that big of a like the disintegration spreads, but then like because of the mental torment of what happened, he's been like subconsciously holding it back, because I'm pretty sure it was established that like, or I don't know if it was established, but a lot of people have basically guessed that like the rate of decay has a lot to do with his mental state, because you see it sometimes it's just barely chipping away and then other times just right. So either it's has to do with his mental state or it's a plot hole, because there are times he can definitely control the speed of the decay. So I've kind of come around to not being as annoyed by it, because I think that it should have been maybe hinted stronger. And I know there's going to be assholes in the comments like, oh, it wasn't just too subtle for you. You couldn't fucking, everything has to be spelled out, whatever. It's just, to me, I guess it didn't seem as natural as other series. Like Awakening in One Piece, it was like, all right, that makes sense. There it is. This one, I guess it just felt a little more out of nowhere. I don't know why. Because, again, reading your comments, I'm not going to lie. Like, you guys make good-ass points. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. But I don't know why in my head I was like, why does it feel weird to me? I don't know why, but logically it makes sense.
Because, I mean, I'm going to be honest, them viewing that point, I never got it like that. Because my thinking was they said, oh, my thinking was the whole, how you just said, how you think you shoot water, but you can just condense. And my thinking, when I first saw that, I remember that scene. I remember that plot in the manga, but I never considered it as, like, manga evolution. Mm-hmm. I just considered it as, their quirk was still growing. I guess as a kid they thought they were just shooting water, but as they got older they realized, it's just not really evolution. It's just like, it's kind of like having a device, right? Mm-hmm. And you use this device for one thing, and then you find out, this device has another function to it. Or you're like, I can do it with this, something like that, right? It wasn't really an evolution, but you could always do this. You just didn't know you could, right?
I'm just gonna read. I'm gonna see if I can read some comments now.
So with my counter argument to people like that, I'm saying this is because right now it's literally saying like for the Toga shit, it's literally evolution. Maybe she could always do it. Maybe she never tried it. Who knows? But Hirokoshi, our issue is, well, more so my issue is that it seems out of nowhere. It seems like I wouldn't say an ass pull per se, although technically it kind of is. If I want to be fair, technically it is. But it's just like, for it not to be an ass pull, it has to at least be foreshadowed or explained.
Quirk evolution. This is from Pyro Call, and his fucking profile picture looks like a mix between Yoda and Shrek. Quirk evolution has been foreshadowed. Froppy gained the ability to camouflage.
That's more, but she trained that, didn't she? Like, that's her
quirk changing. Again, I'll be honest with you. I've kind of changed my ways on that. Like the comments made a lot of sense to me, honestly. And remember the guy, the darkness guy from the arc that went on way too long, that could like merge into darkness. He literally had like an inner monologue where he said that he used to be able to just merge into black things, but now he can move the things that he merges into. And he said that through training enough, he got to that point.
Yeah, through training.
That's what. Bro, they've been fighting Gigi or whatever the fuck, the big dudes, for like a month. Like I think you are. I'm honestly, I'm at the point where I'm like kind of fully disagreeing with you at this point now, because like it's been foreshadowed many times. The more I just read through this, I just had to read through the comments.
No, I'm still
what you're saying through training, that makes no sense. Like, what is fighting this big dude for a month not training?
Because we have to. Because see, the thing is that. The Toga and Shigaraki shit, yes, you could argue Shigaraki, but the thing is, though, is literally put it through your brain that it takes them, multiple times to do their quirk over and over and over again. And my thing was, it's just like out of nowhere, Toga's just like, I didn't know I could do this. While the other students literally see the results. They see like, now I can do this, now I can do this, because literally. The woman even says, wait, holy shit, I only thought she could transform into people. Even Toga herself is surprised.
Toga's is definitely weird. I think out of all of them, Toga's is the one that makes no sense to me. I can get behind Shigaraki's. Toga's just came out of fucking nowhere. I will agree with you on that.
Even
Toga's, that's one hell of a jump. That is a hell of a power jump from looking like motherfuckers to basically being Monoma but better. That's pretty crazy. I will agree with you there.
So
that'd be like if Monoma on the flip side. What if Monoma? I'm sorry, I just keep having new ideas. What if Monoma all of a sudden was like, hey, not only can I copy quirks, but I can also look like the people. Then all of a sudden they have the same exact quirk.
So I'm just saying that people can try to defend it all they want, but I mean, you have to look at it. I'm looking at it from both ends, and them trying the quirk makes sense. And my argument is, even with Shigaraki, him training kind of makes sense. I can accept that, but even then, like they were like, the guy was like, "Oh my gosh, Shigaraki, I didn't know you could do this." So I'm just like, it just seems the way Horikoshi wrote it in didn't really make sense to me. Like, hopefully, he explains it better. But because even like the hero side will explain your quirk will get better if you train, and we see them off screen train, and they see the results. You know what I mean? Like they see like, okay, I train my quirk, so now I'm able to do this, or I train my quirk, so now I can use camouflage. Yada yada yada. They literally say, oh, I trained my quirk to the point where they train their quirks in the way they want their quirks to evolve. If that makes sense. I
think what you're saying is, whereas with Toga, it just happened and she wasn't going for it. With the other cases, it's like they had a goal, what they wanted to do, and then they worked towards that specific thing.
Yes.
I guess I see that, and I will admit, like I said, it came out of extra nowhere for sure. But I don't think that it's impossible. Like I'm not like, oh, this makes no sense that the quirks can do this. I think that looking through the evidence, it makes sense that quirks can do it. I can agree with you that maybe it happened too quickly, but to me, especially with that kid that can merge into the black stuff, he specifically said, at one time I could only do this, then now I can do this. That is an evolution.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because he's trained to get an evolution.
Oh, and Toro, Invisible Girl, can now reflect light with her body.
She can reflect light with her body? What the hell?
Yeah, you don't remember that? She has a technique where she can, because all she here. Hold on, I have to find it again. That's something she did in the hostage rescue training.
I tried to block out anything shitty from that last arc. So
no, it wasn't the last arc. It was from the hostage rescue training, like right after the All Might All for One fight.
Oh, then yeah, I'm not gonna remember.
Well, let's see here.
Well,
what do you think? What do you think about? I guess Toga's current situation. Like again, I like how it is being reinforced heavily that Twice and her have a thing. Now, I wouldn't say romantic because that'd be a little weird, but there's definitely a. I'm just saying, she's like 17, 16, and he's like what?
Yo, bro,
there's 100% gonna be hentai for it, if not already.
Bro,
I gotta look this up.
Everyone.
Not the hentai. I'm not looking up the fucking hentai. I'm looking up how old the motherfucker is. Assholes.
Yeah.
Weiss.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Everyone in the Villain Association has some type of like mental illness.
They're having orgies 24/7, bro.
Bro, everyone in there has some sort of mental illness.
Oh yeah,
literally.
Well, and a lot of them are. I'm seeing a pattern where a lot of them have their mental illness or just something wrong with them based on what their quirk did to them. And I love that. Like, I want to learn more about Mr. Compress. Like he seems pretty sound mentally, but like he's got this like situation going on. He reminds me of like one of those like a magician turned crazy. Like, I'm a magician. Almost a Joker type character in the sense that like he took his magician act to real life, where it's like he's just he lives life as a magician now. I don't know.
I feel like I want to say Dobby feels the only sane one there. But even then, I feel like Dobby
was like, my father was a prick, and I still, you believe in him being a Todoroki theory, yeah?
Yeah, I can see it.
It makes a lot of sense to me. How old is Twice? I'm trying to find this.
Dobby's probably some like fucking neglection type of shit going on, man.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a bunch of theory, or there's a bunch of like little things about like Endeavor being like, oh, you could never be. Was it? I swear he was saying something like there was like some other kid that was also really talented other than Todoroki, and then something happened to him, and I feel like. Why? Wait, what is the happiness is a pile of leaves behind it? I've never seen that. What the fuck is that? Turn around.
What?
There's a thing on your wall that says happiness is a pile of leaves.
Oh, that's Snoopy.
Oh, okay. No, I just see the text bubble. I was like, what the fuck is that?
My sister has that. I'm in the living room right now.
Bro.
Oh, by the way, since you guys probably never believe that I'm black. So there you go.
I don't think anyone questioned that, bro.
You never know. You never know.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, it's funny. Now we can't call out YouTubers now. They know what we look like.
No, we need to double down on calling out YouTubers, bro. It's time for the feud. KSI versus Logan Paul. They had that fucking boxing match. Let's go.
David, where you at, fam?
No. You got to box King of Lightning. It's going down.
Bro. David's doing all the fighting. You're going to the Twitter wars. I'm doing the diss tracks. If we get diss tracks going, we all. Like,
what? Can you rap, bro? I've been waiting. I've been like, hey, make me some lyrics because for like remember we wanted to do like a Dr. Stone rap or something.
Yo, bro, you already know. It's the good thing about being a multi-people channel is that we can all handle beef different ways. Right?
We can triangulate the fucking YouTube drama. We can surround them and flank them and just crush them in the middle. Yeah.
You're handling the Twitter. You're handling the Twitter stuff. David's handling like the physical fighting, boxing, sponsorships. I'm handling all the diss tracks and pieces. Going down, bro. Going down.
Oh man. Let's see. Anything else? So yeah, what do you think about Twice's relationship? And I say that not in a romantic way, of course, with Toga, because there's clearly a friendship there. I mean, like even back to a couple chapters ago where he's like putting a necklace on her. Like they clearly have a thing. Like they have a friendship going on. I'd say more than the rest of them. And I definitely got pretty emotional with him being like, you can tell how important the League of Villains is to him because he's just like. He's like a reject of society. A lot of them are, but it seems to be him specifically. He really has nowhere else to go, period, this Twice. So
yeah,
I liked that. I thought that was really good, and I love the... Basically, he's having like a mental anguish moment because like all of his demons from the past are coming at him basically right now. So I'm curious to see... This is going to be a big character moment for him. Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
How is he going to deal with it? And fuck my clogged ass... I got that thing going on where you got one nostril clogged right now. You ever have that?
I hate it.
Yeah. No, it's very distracting. I keep thinking about it. So
I think I really like how he's how we're gonna see his mental state taken into question. Right, we're gonna see some sort of change or evolution within him. I feel like this is gonna be his chance to fight against his mental sort of problems.
It's time to. This is gonna be a big character development moment for sure.
Especially because of how like his biggest struggle is like Alucard level of like he has all these personalities in him.
Oh,
you've seen Hellsing, so you know what I'm talking about. You know the reference. So he's gonna have to pull an Alucard and kill all the other personalities.
Yeah, he's got to find out who he is. He's got to like boil down to like because he's basically has an identity crisis. He did that splitting thing so much that he literally does not know who he is anymore. And that's why, I mean, like, she's cold, she's hot, it's the enemy's blood, it's her blood, it's my blood. Like, I can't imagine. And, well, actually, I can slightly... I've had OCD my whole life. I learned to deal with it through many years of therapy. There's... I mean, I kind of get that. Like, you basically... I don't literally have voices, but I definitely have, like, these thoughts where it's like... be worried about this, worry about that. So, like, I get the, like, I can slightly imagine how just maddening that would be to have, like, voices like that constantly. What are you fucking looking at, bitch?
I'm looking at pineapples are happy. Or
you fucked up. Whatever. I heard it.
Whatever.
Would you say pileness?
The alcohol. See that?
Bro.
Yeah.
See, right now, you better have pants on, bro. I ain't looking through to make sure to edit this.
I'm dressed. I literally just said that I went out to cash my check.
Alright, I'm just saying.
Wow.
Can you imagine if there was just one frame of your cock and I didn't catch it? Like, you gotta be careful now. See, if we just get a little bigger, that's a drama alert waiting to happen.
Drama alert. Oh, Keemstar. Cringe. I hate it.
No, I hate it. Let's see. Any final thought? Oh yeah, one last thing I wanted to say too. People are gonna think you're way more classy than you are because you're in your sister's room. Or where is it? Still, you are not classy, bro. You think anyone thinks that you're classy enough to have a fucking painted portrait, whatever the fuck, of wine? Like, that is way too... His room is all the same shit, like posters and stupid bullshit. Bring me to your room. Show them your room, Thurman. Come on.
Oh my god, fine.
It's time.
My house.
Tour! Alright, here we go.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, there he is. All right, let's see. No jizz tissues lying around, I assume.
No, they're hidden.
Yeah, he checked.
See that? This is my Pantera picture. Can you spot the black man? Out of all the black men?
Are you the only one?
There's like 2 or 3.
Bro, where did you go to school?
Malibu High School. And then
Yo.
here's the Flash.
Oh, that's some
DC,
sexy shit, bro.
DC.
Oh, yeah, I was
Grand
with you with that poster. That's when he came to Grand Rapids, Michigan with me to go to Comic-Con.
Kubo.
You got that? I remember you buying that.
Huge My Academia fan. Mob Psycho fan. DC. Spidey. One Punch Man fan.
One Punch You.
The shitty ass Jump Force.
Oh.
And Red's poster that he will get.
Wait, which one is that again?
Jump Force.
See, now that it sucks so bad, I almost don't want to desecrate my walls, bro.
And Mario, who Mario fan, and then here's my bed. Headphones.
All right.
TV.
Well, final thoughts for you on My Hero. I would bring you to my room, but like this laptop has a tendency of crashing when I move it while we're filming, so I'm gonna be very careful. Maybe next time for that one, or I'll just tack it on to the end. But this is a special occasion. Face cam, yada yada. If you like it, put in the comments that you like it. If the overwhelming majority of people like it, we'll keep doing it. Thurman, final thoughts on the chapter and where he's going from here. And turn your fucking camera back to this way, because fuck that vertical
standing,
shit.
Whoa, I'm standing. Anyway, final thoughts is not an awful chapter overall. I think the Dobby fight kind of carried the whole chapter, in my opinion.
Fight.
The
fight was like a clash. There was an old Kubo meme, like Bleach, the author of Bleach. It was like a Kubo meme, and it was like, draw one clash per chapter, make money. Because that was, Bleach was known for, like, it had good fights, but there was plenty of chapters where it was like, clash, and then like, next chapter, and then a different fight, clash.
So, I really am looking to see more. I really hope that my worries of Hirokoshi doing what he did last arc and starting to drag.
Yeah, that would suck. I'd be so sad, bro. But I mean, I'm hoping. Villains are always more interesting than heroes. You know this to be true.
Yeah. So he's been doing a great job with his pacing right now with every villain. So I really hope he doesn't do what fell flat last arc and starts drag. Because I really hope he doesn't really feel like he needs to drag everything to get stuff out there. The pacing of how it's going so far is going to a pacing where we can get character development for characters, get good fights, and still get plot going on, right? So I really hope he doesn't drag it like he did last arc. That would be terrible. I'm really hoping to see Mr. Weiss as Mr. whatever the fuck, Mr. Win, whatever his fucking name is.
What?
See
Who?
You know Deadpool. You know,
Twice, bro. What the fuck?
Weiss.
Twice. Like
twice.
Once, okay. Twice.
Mr. Twice.
There's no Mr. It's just twice.
Why'd you say Mr.? You said Mr. Twice.
No, Mr. Compress is a different character.
Oh, I kept getting my characters mixed up. What is you?
Well, I got the camera on. You know that game TKO where you can make your own shirt? It's the party game on Jackbox. I have this shirt.
I've never.
I was considering wearing. Well, anyway, I have this shirt where it's angry-looking Chara from Undertale, and it says "Kink shaming is my kink." I don't wear it in public, but it is hilarious.
Yo, I need to go to TKO. I need to make my own shirt.
Well, it's not. So it's a party game. Like it's. You ever play Jackbox?
Nope.
Fuck out of here.
I'm fat in my cheeks.
What?
Anyway, yes, great chapter. I give it 7 out of 10. Definitely.
Yeah, it's good. I want to see more of Dabi. I think now is the time for them to finally confirm or deny the Todoroki Dabi theory so that people can shut up about it. I literally, there are people on Twitter that are like, if Dabi is not part of the Todoroki family, I'm going to be so pissed and it'll be so bullshit. And I'm like, how privileged are you?
Cringe.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, just for the record, for all you My Academia fans out there, just letting you know that Dr. Stone and Black Clover had a better chapter this week in My Academia.
I can believe that. I mean, yeah, you can't win them all. You can't win them all.
Anger flow. let the anger flow in the comment section because it's impossible for any other series to be better than my favorite series of all time. Isn't that right, Red?
What's your favorite series of all time again?
Gintama.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
but I was making fun of the casuals who get upset when you say something's better than the favorite series of all time.
It's fine.
And
this was an okay chapter. Nothing crazy to me. I like the way that the ice guy uses his ice. I like where it's going, and I like what's happening with Twice. But yeah, it was very short. I agree. Yeah. I'm not gonna be angry about that, but it's just whatever. We'll see what happens next week.
When Chainsaw Man has a better chapter than My Hero Academia.
Bro, Chainsaw Man is godly. Come on over and check out those. And with that,
yes.
Peace.